will create the new Department of Government Efficiency headed by Elon Musk. And no, he's not taking the presidency. I like having smart people. You know, they're on a new kick. Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 all the different hoaxes. And the new one is, President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? Right? Don't we want that? He's done a great job. He's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country. But the fake news knows that. No, he's a great guy, and we want to have him. Everybody, so many people are in this audience that have helped.
No, Trump definitely, totally isn't threatened by Elon Musk. And if there's one thing that we can be certain of, it's that when Trump is forced to respond to criticism that he's being upstaged by someone, it's that he's definitely fine with it, and it's 100% not the beginning of the deterioration of the relationship in the exact same way that Donald Trump's relationships with literally everyone deteriorate. I would tell you all to watch this space, but frankly, you all know exactly what's going to happen. But it's worth noting, as far as Elon's Department of Government Efficiency is concerned, that Elon did have his first crack at trying to make the government more efficient. The Democrats and Republicans had negotiated a CR, a continuing resolution, and Elon, wanting to make his mark, decided he needed to kill it. And so a new bill was then negotiated with a bunch of provisions excised from the initial bill, including funding for pediatric cancer research. And that bill, Elon was in favor of. In other words, thanks to Elon, kids' cancer research was scrapped in deference to a new bill that Elon wanted to pass. So either I have a fundamental misunderstanding of what government efficiency actually means, or government efficiency is a euphemism for fucking over kids with cancer. But either way, not exactly a shining debut for the shadow president Elon Musk. But there's something else that he sought to do by killing the bill. Prevent the provision from passing that would limit his own business's ability to operate in China. The spending agreement included a bipartisan provision to limit and screen U.S. investments in China, among dozens of other proposals that had been attached to the initial 1,500-page bill. As the CEO and largest stockholder in Tesla, Musk has extensive business connections in China. The company operates a major manufacturing plant in Shanghai, and it's looking to continue expanding its business elsewhere in the country, which prompted this series of tweets from Democratic Congressman Jim McGovern. Trump didn't get the one thing he wanted in the government funding deal, a debt ceiling increase so he could give himself and his billionaire friends a tax break. But you know who got exactly what he wanted? Elon Musk. The original funding bill that he killed included what's called an outbound investment provision, which would limit and screen U.S. money flowing to China. It would have made it easier to keep cutting-edge AI and quantum computing tech, as well as jobs, in America. But Elon had a problem. His second largest market is China. He's building huge factories there. His bottom line depends on staying in China's good graces. He wants to build an AI data center there too, which can endanger U.S. security. He's been bending over backwards to ingratiate himself with Chinese leaders. So what did Elon do? He tanked the whole thing, telling Trump to oppose it and threatening to primary anyone who voted yes. And to cover his tracks, he claimed it was about spending, even though Trump wanted to suspend the debt limit for unlimited spending. What did Trump get out of all of this? Nothing. But President Musk got what he wanted, the ability to sell out the U.S. so he could make money in China. It's all one big game to these guys. I hate it because they're hurting regular people. This time, Democrats won. We stopped Trump from being able to cut taxes for billionaires. But Elon's ability to kill a bill on China that would hurt his bank account shows you exactly who Republicans work for. It's not you. It's the billionaires and special interests who don't give a shit about you. Democrats can win, but we need to show up and expose this corruption every single time. Democratic lawmaker Rosa DeLauro also released a statement of her own. The four corners of the Appropriations Committee and congressional leadership reached a government funding deal earlier this week that included a key provision that would screen U.S. investment in its critical sectors in China. Musk's investment in China and his ties with the Chinese Communist Party have only grown over the last few years, with Tesla's Shanghai plant producing about 50% of Tesla's global automobile output. It's no surprise President Musk does not want to see a funding deal containing this provision to be signed into law. Musk's ties to China and Tesla's significant investments in the country raise significant questions as to why he urged House Republican leadership walking away from a bipartisan, bicameral negotiated funding deal that included this provision. I urge congressional leadership to return to the deal and include this critical provision that ensures U.S. capabilities and capital do not fuel that of the Chinese Communist Party. Here's Congresswoman DeLauro on the House floor continuing that point.
Agreed on a bill. They signed it. And you know what? They got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said, don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down. Imagine. What does he know about what people go through is when the government shuts down? Are his employees furloughed? Hell no. Is he furloughed? No. And when you shut the government down, people don't get paid. And maybe if none of us got paid if the government shut down, some people on the other side of the aisle would feel differently about where we're going in this effort.
And if you were wondering whether she was hovering above the target, Elon Musk's response probably answers that question. He took to Twitter in response to that clip, writing, "This awful creature needs to be expelled from Congress. Ugh. Gotta love the party of the Constitution," calling not even for this democratically elected congresswoman to lose at the ballot box, but rather for her colleagues to expel her. I get that Elon and Trump have nothing but disdain for democracy, but even I didn't expect the transition toward outright hostility for our system of government to be so swift and shameless and severe. But hey, party of patriots, am I right? The reality is that while Trump and Elon and the rest of these sycophants in the GOP beat their chests about government efficiency, this really has nothing to do at all with government efficiency. This has everything to do with fucking over the working class while shoring up the donor class's investments. I'm sorry, but if you think stripping $190 million, a drop in the bucket of our budget, on pediatric cancer research funding is some huge win on the government waste front, you are an idiot, not to mention a ghoul, especially when that funding is stripped in the same bill that then gives allowances to China to dominate sectors that would actually spur innovation right here in the United States. This is not about efficiency. This is about lining the pockets of the billionaires that Donald Trump is out there to serve, himself included. And let's be clear, this is nothing new. Donald Trump already ran once on a populist platform back in 2016, and yet what did he do when he was in office with all that political capital? Not a middle-class tax cut, as he had promised, not an infrastructure law, as he had promised, not a cheaper and more comprehensive healthcare plan, as he had promised. He gave a tax cut to billionaires. And he did the same exact thing here, presenting himself yet again as some champion for working people, and yet before he's even taken office, all that he and his human wallet have accomplished is fucking over kids with cancer while simultaneously ensuring that Elon Musk's business interests will be protected, even if it means making America less prosperous and less safe. Trump and Elon are not for you, they are for themselves. They know it, but they're banking on the fact that you don't. Before you go, just a quick note, if you'd like to see more of my content, which is always free of advertising, sponsorships, and paywalls, please make sure to subscribe to this channel using the subscribe button right here on the screen. And if you'd like to support my work even further, you can grab a copy of my instant #1 New York Times selling book, Shameless, available for sale right now. That link is also on the screen. Thanks so much for watching.